channel. Stingray72 here. This video is entitled 7 seconds. I wrote some notes down. I've been doing a little bit of research and I just wanted to share this information with you guys. I'm going to start now. YouTube is cracking down on what they call dishonest behavior. Now, this speaks to creators who fake about being an employee of a store and or creators who actually are employees of a store but stay after business hours in order to create content. In their opinion, that is considered dishonest. I kind of agree with that to a certain extent. So you may want to be careful, like when you're doing shop with me's and when you're walking through these stores and doing videos and content like that, you may want to be careful of that. I don't think that that's going to have any bearing, but with these new rules and these new changes, you never know. This will be left to YouTube and their affiliates who actually, the companies who monetize, it's going to be left to their discretion. So that's what's kind of scary about the whole thing. Again, you may be just innocently walking through a store and maybe they feel that you're giving too much information on a product. It doesn't sound like it makes sense, but to them it does. To me, it just doesn't. Like, who doesn't like shop with me videos and, walking through? And a lot of people, me included, I like to know about the product before having to purchase it. And if this person or persons has already made the purchase or has already been in the store and they're actually doing the shopping for me, if you will, before I purchase it, I think that's a win-win. I think that's a plus. But nonetheless, YouTube is cracking down on them. They're also going to be listening to the amount of profanity that we use in our videos. Now, the severity of the language and how many times it's used throughout the video is something that they're going to be paying attention to as well. Excuse me. So, let's see. At one time, there were differences, like there were specific words, profanity that they would consider harmless, if you will, and some words that were more harsh than others. Now there's no disparity. They're just going to be watching for that. Like I said, there used to be a disparity. You used to be able to say, okay, well, hell or damn, and those were safe words, if you will. But then you got the F, S, and all these other things like that. And now they don't care anymore. And I'm guessing that that's because there are more and more people on the platform, and not everyone is monitoring children, the things that they're watching, religious groups, other types of groups that may be just complaining. Nonetheless, these changes are coming. Profanity used within the first 7 seconds and continuously throughout the video will no longer qualify for monetization. No longer qualify for monetization. Let's see. It really shouldn't be, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't be hard to create content without using harsh language for 7 seconds. If you can't do that for 7 seconds, if you can't go 7 seconds without saying a curse word or saying something harsh or negative or something like that, that's your fault. That's your fault. It means you need a babysitter. Well, YouTube is here to babysit. Nonetheless, there we are. So I'm not really sure what the significance of 7 seconds is, but that's what it is. And that's why this video was called 7 seconds. And this is done retroactively. So that means they're going to be going back through older content. And this is for people who are already monetized and people who will newly become monetized. Anyone who becomes monetized, this is done retroactively. So they're going to go back through videos and they're going to check for these things. Dishonest content and the language. Yikes. A lot of us will be in trouble. And as I'm saying it, I may have to go back and check some of my old videos, but nothing that's too harsh. Anyway, again, this is done retroactively, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to look and check back through videos that you've already previously recorded and posted. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to be getting any type of notification or anything. I think it's just going to be turned off. So I'm guessing if, from this point on, from this video on, just kind of watch what you're doing, watch what you're saying, and understand that YouTube's rules are changing constantly. The more and more people, the more and more creators that are on this platform, the more and more the rules are going to have to change, because there's always going to be someone who's going to buck against the system or kick against the pricks. And here we are. So, and when I say kick against the pricks, I don't mean a nasty term. I mean, that's a biblical term. Damn, is that bad too? I said, damn. Anyway, so don't forget that also YouTube is going to be doing away with thumbnails as well. Now, if you haven't already noticed, like when you're on your YouTube homepage, you'll see that some videos will automatically start playing. Yes, they may still have thumbnails initially, but they are going to be doing away with thumbnails eventually. So some of the videos will start to play. I'm thinking of things that I didn't write down, so I'm bringing them in as I'm reading off my list. But you'll want to make sure that you hook the viewer within the first 7 seconds. There's that number again. Because especially if thumbnails are going to be done away with, you're going to have to be able to catch your viewer somehow. And right now, thumbnails are what does it. Thumbnails are what you use to bait and click. There it is. So if they're going to be doing away with thumbnails, how else are you going to be able to catch the viewer's eye? You're going to have to do it in your video. So you'll want to make sure that within the first 7 seconds, you are reeling in the viewer and that you're keeping them there throughout the entire process. There's so many creators on here. You don't want, it's automatic that people's attention span is very short. And that's why I feel that shorts are doing so much better, because you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. You can just keep, scroll, watch, scroll, watch, scroll. You're hitting all avenues, but of course with long form content, you've got to be able to hook the viewer in. And, within the first 7 seconds, you want to make sure that you're hooking the viewer and that they're staying there. So essentially, your trailer, or how your video starts, which will be the first 7 seconds, is your new thumbnail. And there's so many people on this platform. Like I said, it's hard to keep people's attention. It really is, especially knowing that if this isn't doing it for you, I'll just go on to the next one, Now, you want to keep in mind that the removal of the thumbnails is not immediately happening. I wasn't able to find anything as to when this is going to happen. Some viewers are already noticing that videos are just starting. If there's a thumbnail, you only see it for a nano of a second, and then it goes into the video. Again, this is not 100% right now, and we don't know when it's going to be rolled out. So in all, just please make sure that you're putting your all into this first 7 seconds of your videos. Make sure that what you're doing in the first 7 seconds is clear and concise, and that the viewer knows exactly what your video is about. If someone just scrolls through and sees your video without seeing a title, would they know what your video is about? And you have to think of it that way when you're creating your videos, especially if they're getting rid of thumbnails, especially if the first 7 seconds of your video is what's going to do it for you. That's the difference. 7 seconds is the difference between you getting a view and you not, and maybe that is it. Maybe that counts as a view. Maybe it's the 7 seconds. Again, I don't know what the significance of the 7 seconds is. Nonetheless, there it is. So remember, there are millions and millions of creators on this platform, And there are millions and millions more every day, whether it's new channels or new creators. You definitely want to make sure that you are standing out. I saw this information. Like I said, I was doing some research this morning. I saw it today. I wanted to share it with you guys. The more I know, the more I'll tell. If you have any information or have also read something about this, please let me know in the comment section below. And until the next video, I appreciate you selecting this one. And keep it at 7 seconds. A sexy 7 seconds. Not too much sex, but let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm Stingray 72. Until the next video. Peace.